and the sequel that literally nobody was asking for outside of Kansas City and Philadelphia and every Taylor Swift fan in the world. Super Bowl week is here. Josh Allen is the MVP. We got a lot to dive into. Let's get into it. And welcome back to the show with no name, the show that I can't be bothered to name, the show that I am not creative enough to name, so we named it The Unnamed Show. I am your host, a guy with a name, and like an ex that still has a key to your apartment, I keep showing up in your feed, so let's get down to business. That's right, guys. Philly, Kansas City, we all know by now, the 2-week wait really lets it set in that is the Super Bowl that we have been given. But a few things have happened in between, such as me receiving this in the mail. I'd like to call it fan art, but this just kind of looks like a hostage letter. So yeah, I think that's supposed to be my dog. Ta-da. But aside from that crude drawing, we also had the NFL Honors, which was very awkwardly hosted by Snoop Dogg, who opened the entire show acknowledging the issue with the refs.
This is an incredible Super Bowl matchup between the Eagles and the refs.
He said it! He said it! I mean, they're just leaning into it like, oh, those darn refs just keep fixing those games. And people, I refuse to believe that the NFL is rigged, but they acknowledge it. But just like that awkward silence, the NFL Honors just went on way too long, way too many awards to keep up with. I'm pretty sure that Josh Allen won like 50 different things, but MVP was one of them. Here's the thing. The MVP has for a long time been a quarterback award. I think Josh Allen easily was the most valuable quarterback this year. I think he deserves that. I did like Lamar over Josh a little bit, but that's, neither here nor there. Saquon Barkley should have won. That's really all I have to say about it. It's a quarterback-only award. They acknowledge the fact that people think that the whole thing is rigged. It felt so corny. They had Roger Goodell dropping lines from Snoop Dogg. It just, it is not what it used to be. Short of the NFL Honors, there were other things taking place in the NFL this week. Just like your drunk uncle's crazy conspiracy theories, the Pro Bowl is oddly persistent and here to stay, just to confuse everybody. There's flag football. I made a little short about it. Josh Allen sat it out. Lamar Jackson was injured very conveniently right before the Pro Bowl. And it's turned into the main event being flag football. We've got dodgeball. And really the only thing that still looks like it used to is the quarterback precision passing. But we've got... I will hold on to the fact that Drake May was technically a pretend Pro Bowler. He was a backup to a backup to a backup when Josh Allen was like, oh no, I'm so hurt emotionally. Drake May was there. It's a shell of its former self. Go look up the Sean Taylor hit. I'd love to actually put it in here. Look at the Sean Taylor hit. It might be happening right here. I'm also making this video very short notice. So if not, just look it up. It's a very large man hitting another man at a very high speed. But the Pro Bowl is no longer filled with things like that. It is now filled with shenanigans. It's no longer in Hawaii. It's now in Florida. And we wrap up the entire thing with the main event of flag football. It's really sad to see how far it has fallen down. But that finally brings us back to the Super Bowl matchup. Just like a plot twist in an M. Night Shyamalan movie, it's confusing. It's led everyone in different directions. It's pulled at our heartstrings, and ultimately, it's very disappointing. I personally have no team to cheer for in it. It'd be cool to see Saquon get a ring. I love watching Saquon, but it would be cool to see the history take place. Just
God chose me for this fight.
Patrick Mahomes.
God is the teacher, and I am God's instrument.
Just a little bit after this season. Just a little bit. He's getting a little too close to comfort to Tom Brady's records. I'm not a fan of it. On paper, everything leans towards the Eagles. They have an elite defense, like a Legion of Boom type defense, and Jalen Carter just busting up the middle. They've got Saquon Barkley, who might have had the best season, really second half of the season, of any running back that I've seen since I was a kid and I was watching Adrian Peterson and CJ2K and all of these guys. Saquon is unreal. And then if they're able to stuff the run game, okay, congratulations. You have to deal with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. And Jalen Hurts, while he catches a lot of flack, is phenomenal behind all of that. But they're going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, and just like my medical record, this is something that can no longer be ignored. I refuse to believe that the NFL is rigged. I will not believe it, no matter how much blatant evidence is shoved in my face, because my world would crumble down and I would probably have some kind of mental breakdown. However, I mean, that fourth down, Josh got that fourth down, and that catch from Xavier Worthy, I don't know. You don't bet against Mahomes in the postseason, just like you didn't bet against Brady in the postseason. The last, 7 years I believe it was 14 years, have featured either Mahomes or Tom Brady in every single AFC Championship game. They even did a little trade-off in the middle as Brady was exiting his Patriots prime and Patrick Mahomes was entering the league. I know why people didn't like us now, but because of the fact that I'm Boston-born, I can't hate on it. But no matter how good the Eagles are, and they are good, I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. So that's the direction that we're going in for this week. It's unfortunate, but just like the uncensored version of this show, once you see these calls from the refs, you can't unsee it. You know, it's burned into your mind forever. So hopefully we just get a nice, clean game in the Super Bowl, and that's it. Because like the cockroaches that survived the nuclear apocalypse, the Chiefs are just always going to be crawling around and surviving and finding ways to win these games. And that is that. But listen, guys, this is the end of the NFL season. So what does that mean here? What does that mean for this channel? I mean, I could go into hibernation. It's what I typically do. It's what I did before I started talking to, I don't know how many of you there are. Please subscribe. I need more people. But before I started talking to all of you and my camera and just being by myself in my apartment staring into a ring light, just going on and on about absolute nonsense, before I did that, I would just kind of be done with football, be sad for a couple weeks, months, close to a year, lifetimes it would feel like, and move on. But on this channel, we're going to have some mock drafts and cover free agency and the actual draft itself. Please, Lord, get help for Drake May. Send help, please. But one thing that I really want to get into, my wife and I are getting back into live streaming, which, by the way, if this drops in time, Saturday before the Super Bowl, we are doing a live stream. But as we're getting back into live streaming, I'm also going to be doing some commentary videos. We're going to have live streams hopefully every weekend. We will actually come out with a schedule. And yeah, hopefully you can find me funny for things more than just ranting about football. But that is something to worry about another time, because we do have one more football game to cover, and that is this one right here. So stay tuned, and this next week we will bring you the Super Bowl, which is brought to you by Big Al, Large Allison, the one person that I am okay with having as a Chiefs fan as part of my community. For her, just hope she likes the game. I'm not going to say go Chiefs. I love you, Large Allison, but I can't go that far. Anyway, we will have a video breaking down and covering and reacting to everything that transpires in this, I'm sure, perfectly clean, not at all suspect Super Bowl that we have this Sunday. And I will see you guys next week. Get ready for lots of streams. Get ready for lots of fun. Going to be a good time. This pen, little secret, I don't use it for shit. Catch you guys next time.